Spawning on top left of Belcher Vestige is one of the new players this season, Horsemaster, there. And we have on the bottom right of Belcher Vestige, that's the same map. Woo, cool. Good information, good intel, man. Is the blue Protoss, Piscolita. First Python there atop the gas to wall up with the gate here against Adept. So yeah, I sort of know my stuff now. The Housemaster getting that Python forward, and this is more telling sort of an experience of facing cannon rushes. Let's be honest, if you have that Python up while the mothership core spawns and that cannon rusher is up there taking the cannons there, if you can deny that one up, this one Python can hit the overcharge up against that cannon and eventually the probe up there, denying any sort of cannon rushers here. So, well, double gas to be pumped out any moment. We have Piscolita taking one gas and the second one with that probe that is gonna come out of the Nexus. First card though by Housemaster 1 minute. Does it say that she's gonna do something nasty, or does she just want to scout really early? We don't know yet. This is why Piscolita seeing like, well, why did you scout me that early? I'm just gonna make sure that nothing is in my base. No Python, no proxies, nothing. And just go back to that side. Here we see Horsemaster taking a bit of damage against that probe. Nexus planted down. This is really bold here by Horsemaster, because if you get your first Stalkers as Protoss, you're gonna have them delayed by a bit, and if you're Piscolita and you see this, you can basically go for a proxy gate, get 3 or 4 gates and just rush with it, because you're never gonna have enough units to defend that up. 1 gate even, like this is the ultimate bold play here. Ballsy play I was about to say, but well, coming from girls. Wink, it's not gonna work. And this is the moment when I'm starting to lose my mind after casting for so long, you know. I'm not used to this anymore. I used to do Alpha StarCraft to cast, but that's not the point. I feel you, Judo. I feel you, Sino, as well. I feel you guys. This is hard. Let's go Swarm Piscolita. You have your team behind you and make them proud. This is the goal of today. We have double gate here, and I'm not sure this is scouted. No, it's not. One Zealot Panther. I'm not sure why the Zealot was there, because if your opponent goes Adept or Stalker, this is easily gonna die. You could always take down proxies, but there's none. So even if you go Nexus though, you don't need that Zealot up, so you'd rather save up these minerals into something else. And look at this. This is where Piscolita is gonna shine up and see what's gonna happen. If she keeps her probe nearby, or keeps a probe nearby, even if with that Nexus up, she could totally get that third gate, get a proxy Python, and push that up. As I told you guys, this is really hard in PvP to expand first, and this is one of the reasons why in a few moments you'll see that. Mothership Core doing right to scout the proxy location here, because this is happening a lot, that Protoss players just go build a Stargate there, so... I'm subbing in for Judo. Yeah, Judo is not there, this is M-Raptor casting. Sorry guys, you're gonna have even to take care. You're gonna even have me casting tomorrow as well, so maybe that's gonna be a pain for you, but too bad, I'm here. I'm here for now. So you gotta cope with me. One Stalker, one Zealot's not gonna be enough to take down these 2 Stalker wrestle. Maybe she can take that Mothership, and that could be a huge deal there. And this is what Piscolita is gonna try to do with that first Stalker. A huge micro here, but taken down. One Stalker. This is a good job by Horsemaster, making sure that no Stalker here is gonna come forward. And look at this. The Python planted down, securing the Nexus, and look, 2 props taken down for nothing. But 1 Stalker. This is not worth it. 3 Stalkers in total. Well, with 1 that died, that's making it 2, but well. Poking that Python, this is one of the right things. So poking that Zealot as well, making sure the DPS output's not lost on anything, and that Zealot could actually perish through that hit and run attack, hit and run sequence there. More Stalkers to be warped in on the way. Blink is researched by Horsemaster, but no other tech forward. Maybe a Dark Shrine? I'm not so sure yet. Taking that Zealot out. Good job, Piscolita, making sure that the 2 Stalkers she has in front harasses the opponent, makes her under pressure. Horsemaster right now, even if she has the second base, yeah, this is what I was talking about. Second tech building is there, and this is what you want in PvP. 5 Stalkers with the blink against 3. Okay, this is maybe she wants, yeah. I think Piscolita wants to trigger as many overcharges as possible, because she's getting observers, she's getting the Twilight Council as well, and maybe she's gearing up for some Prism harass here. There we go. As soon as I call it, blink, Prism, this is really interesting. We'll see what happens in the few stages of the game that will follow that up, but for now we have the observers. He's gonna just see everything in the base. 2 gates, 1 Twilight Council. And yeah, this is basically all that there is to see right now. 2 pylons there, there's no protection there in case of drops, so basically this is a free way in for Piscolita with a prism. Forge is being planted down up there for the upgrades, but yeah. I feel like Horsemaster should gear up for more gateways because she's gonna have to deal with the pressure with lots of stalkers and 3 gates against 2 immortals as well. I think this is just the follow-up. And now Blink is completed, so basically Horsemaster can take any engagements for now, but once that Blink is completed, this is gonna be a little bit tougher to attack. Maybe it is gonna be a follow-up with Disruptors. I would love to see Blink Disruptors fights. More stalkers, like look at this. This is a lot of stalkers for Housemaster, but if we have immortals on Piscolita's side, this is gonna be a breeze to get through, because really immortals are the best counters for them. Oh, 3 stalkers there in the prism, more stalkers in the front, maybe poking it to make sure that she gets pulled in the front. And look at this, nothing to defend here. She's gonna have to pull back some of the army there, and now she has the leeway in the natural to attack. And look at this. Blink into, it would be like quite amazing as a trick, blink into there. Now look at these stalkers are all up there, and what Piscolita does now is like, okay, you're up in the natural, I'm up in the main base, I'm gonna be up in the natural instead. No pylon to protect this area is gonna be pretty huge there. No overcharges to be reckoned with. Blink is completed, so now she can just, yeah, blink away and go back with the prism if she wants to. This is what you called a 1-2. A good jab on the left, good jab on the right, and once you have enough damage, you can just come back with a big push and gear up the uppercut that you've been saving for late game. So yeah, good blink micro here, taking all the stalkers free, no damage sustained from that. Double immortal there. No, this is just one. Yeah, it's just one. Okay, so more gateways on the way. Prism there, probably warping in later on some units. Getting that 3rd base is really important for Piscolita. Getting the upper hand in these engagements mean that she can actually go for this sort of plays. And well, we have a split of army here, making sure that nothing too nasty happens once more. I don't want to get attacked once again. This is what Housemaster says by placing this pylon, placing the army on both sides. And look at this, even with that, Piscolita finds a way to attack. And well, this prism dies, but for long this is not gonna be enough. The stalkers are gonna come back here. Templar Archives, Double Forge. Well, you're gonna get Archons, you're gonna get Immortals. Well, you're gonna be in the game in a huge stage where you're gonna be strong and powerful to attack, and where Horsemaster can afford to lose any sort of unit to that, because while Stalkers and Immortals are both units that costs a lot of gas, you need that gas to sustain up a sort of DPS against a heavy Archon Immortal army with Stalkers with Blink. Look at this, 3 Archons morphing in, spending the gas that Piscolita has been saving. She could probably go for 3 more gates in here, and yeah, this is what I've been calling here, getting the cannon back there. And now it's all about trying to harass now. If you want to be really efficient with harass, you could actually try to take, let's say, outwarding units, but that's not the case. Horsemaster is really packed with her units. There's no prism anymore, so yeah, she feels like, well, Horsemaster is just trying to take that 3rd base because she can't right now with the harassment of the Stalkers on the 3rd base that you would naturally take there. So right now she's just trying to take that one here, and that could make the difference if, oh, the prism is gonna scout it actually, so another prism though on the side of Horsemaster. So Piscolita is just really strong right now in that phase of the game. She's gonna have Archons, which will soak up most of the Immortal damage, but there's still a lot of army though, so the Mothership Core dies for nothing. Maybe if you go forward, you're gonna get the prism, but that's not gonna be enough. Okay, you decide to come back. This is a good decision, because this DPS could be really dreadful if you attack it right now. But look at this, the Adepts are gonna be there, and you can take a double front here by making sure that your opponent is gonna be completely... Look at this. This is actually splitting up the army, and this is what you want. You split it up and then you go harassing other bases, and this is where this army could actually take a blow at the other army by actually exploiting the mispositions. That could be really well done, but this Piscolita right now is actually A-moving, and so the Stalkers take the damage. No damage harvested on these probes, 4 probes dying for nothing. And look at this, yeah, that's now gonna come back on that base instead, and this force is actually scary if you look at it. Okay, it is scouted with the shade, so Either you decide to come on the right side. Maybe you'll exploit that mixed position. So, okay, the cannons here are doing a great job of denying that sort of harassment. But look at this, there's no cannons on that mineral base, main base here, and so some probes are dying after that damage. 5-6 immortals against lots of stalkers. This is where Piscolita wants to attack in the main base instead, and maybe Horsemaster sensed it, but look at this. Maybe taking that prism down will be a huge investment here. Look at this. Good concave here, researched by Piscolita. All the Archons in front soaking up the damage. The Immortals in the back doing the damage. But look at this. This is a lot of Immortal damage. I could actually soak up on the Archons, but Archons still doing a lot of damage with the splash. The Archons just doing the job here. The warp in with lots of Adepts could actually make the difference here. The Immortals are making it up, and look, the Adepts will nullify the Immortals' assault here. There's so many more units for Piscolita that it really feels like she's gonna take the upper hand. GG called by Horsemaster straight, no other chance. Takes the game number 1. Piscolita is already ahead in this best of 5. Spawning on the bottom right of Paladino Terminal, the second map, it is the pink Protoss player, Horsemaster. Just making it best of 5. And on the other side of the map, in the top left as the red Protoss, it is Piscolita. Pylon there. Of course, everything's not too bad. The pylon forward as well. So Horsemaster doesn't want that easy warp in and doesn't want that pylon to cover up the mineral with eventually proxy oracles or even like some sort of light harass with Adepts in the other game. And maybe I'm thinking as Piscolita, I've seen that the first pylon, let's just think a little bit as Piscolita here. Okay, I've seen the first pylon has always been forward in the first game, so what you could do right now is to go, instead of double socket, going double Adept, because you really need that overcharge to defend your minerals whenever there's Adepts coming in there. So this is a good way to do so. Both players going for a mirror build here, so well. Let's see what this game leads up to. Dragon Gate on the way for Piscolita and not for Horsemaster. Maybe she goes for that Nexus again because she felt like that mid game was strong, but on such a short map as Paladino Terminal, you maybe don't want to do that. And yeah, Horsemaster now going to get that cybernetics score up. Mine back with these 2 probes, and this guy is gonna go out of here, up in here, and down in there, getting the Nexus. As the previous game goes, maybe going for that Z at first again. In case of proxies, probably. No, instead it's gonna be some... What? Guys, are we seeing a new meta here? Full air! This is what I would want to see here. New meta, full air. And now Piscolita goes for the safe double stalker here. My god, this would be amazing. Go for the +1 upgrade. No, this is, you know, this is the video from day 9, like calling mind games with Apollo and being like, you know what could be awesome? Like, get the cybernetic score, chrono boost it. Okay, no, it was a mistake. I wasn't sure it was one, but yeah. Get a cybernetic score, chrono boost it, and instead of a warp gate research, it's the +1 attack air. And you get a void ray and +1 attack. Mind games. So it's not as funny when I'm doing it, but you get the feeling. One stalker though against 2. If I was Sitaski, I would just proxy it out right now. This is sort of easy to punish in that map as well. Stargate planted. Oh, what? Huh? Okay, Horsemaster's not really confident in what she's doing right now, probably, and just chooses to do different tech paths time and time again, and probably decides a little bit later than her opponent, probably in order to find the right tech path here. But we have 1 stalker against 2, maybe gonna have to pull the probes here to make it up, because these 2 stalkers will make a difference. 3 stalkers there now, and this mothership core is gonna be on the point, on the field. Getting up the overcharge, and this stalker is gonna perish with nothing, even if this... Oh... This overcharge will kill 1 stalker, but not 2. And this is where it's gonna be painful. Okay, two Stalker will be warped in. What? No, don't attack your Python. Or Gate, rather. Pulling all the probes away, making a lot of loss in mining time. And this could be already be dreadful. Piscolita is already being so ahead right now with all these units. And now Horsemaster's being forced to pull back the probes in the main base, taking the Stalkers down one by one. And in the other side, Piscolita is taking that natural. Look at this. Observer, Twilight Council, double gate with warp gate, and this is gonna get saucy here. We're gonna have a lot of harassment probably from Piscolita, as she knows she has the upper hand. So yeah, as Protoss, when you are in a PvP, you really want to snatch every sort of unit you want to get the upper hand. And look at this, it's already shining through. Two probes here chilling. The Stalkers are coming back to poke it up. Maybe you want to trigger that overcharge though. Maybe she... Okay, Horsemaster doesn't do so for now, but yeah. Piscolita will have the goal of trying to trigger as many overcharges as possible and probably gear up with the harder push later on. Blink is researched, the same build as before, getting 4 gate, getting these observers, and getting that natural. So basically, this is all about the same, how to say, the same theme and the same scheme that Piscolita has been planning in past games. One Zealot though, still. This guy has been a hero for the past games. I'm not gonna die. We cannot hold this. Going back in the main base here, we have the Forge called up, no tech yet. We don't have a Stargate, we don't have a Robo, we don't have a Twilight yet. And I feel like, as I was about to speak about it, we're gonna have a tech building. So, Piscolita getting more Stalkers as the Blink research is on the way. 3 gates, 4th is about to get into the warp instance. The Immortal, maybe the Prism coming up straight afterwards. Because right now, with the Blink, it could be a dreadful push if you had the Immortal DPS with it. I mean, that's what I would do, and I see the Templar Archives here building up, so basically it's going to be spending the gas on Archons. And I feel like this is going to be a really tough situation for Housemaster to hold. Is she going forward from here? The 7 Stalkers, 1 Zealot. Will this hero Zealot make the difference here? We'll see the Observer that sees everything here. So basically all that Piscolita has to do is to gear up that push and take the concave. This is all that she has to do, because she's gonna have to insert the Stalkers in that tiny little choke. And this could be already damaging. Recalling straight, good job. Making sure that nothing's been lost. Okay, saving all the units up, poking straight, well, using the Mothership Core mana as wisely as possible. This is what Housemaster is doing right now. Even if she's getting Immortals, getting the Prison, on the Piscolita side, we have an harassment or a huge attack, a huge frontal push coming forth for the red Protoss player. Okay, Immortals there already on Housemaster side. Forge, has it been researching the past squad? No. This is gonna be painful, I think, because like the Archon's gonna soak up so much damage. There's only one Immortal, there's the second one on the production, but it's not chrono boosted, so it's gonna be late when the push comes up. Piscolita is already gearing up for that attack, and no, now look at this. Warp in stance, warp in these adepts, trying to trigger an harassment in the main base, and then go for the frontal push here. I think this is what, yeah. Okay, look at this. Now you go on the other side and be like, well, hi, it's me. This has been destroyed. The Immortals and the Adepts in front, soaking up all the damage. There's a cannon there helping out with it, but you have 2 Immortals, you have Stalkers. All you gotta do is to send the Adepts in the natural, in the main base rather, and try to do as much damage as possible. There's no Mothership Core anymore, so you are free of any sort of Mothership, photonic pressure, photon overcharge rather, because I don't know really the English names, Kappa, so. Forge up with the +1 attack here. The push is gonna gear up. More adepts on the way whenever you're on the field. She's gearing up with the main DPS output at home, and when she's on the field, Piscolita gets the adepts. This is the main thing to do here. 6 adepts in the main base will trigger a sort of harassment free situation where you're gonna have to defend. Now Piscolita has the upper hand. She's gonna have to hold position, even maybe get that photon cannon here. And now look at this. Now she's locked up in that site, and she can't do anything. Look at this. Piscolita just exploiting that concave really well. The immortals are all hitting together, and this Archon soaking up all the damage as planned. So basically everything is going forward very well for Piscolita, just harassing and exploiting that choke as much as possible. This is really well done. Everything is perishing on Horsemaster's side. Piscolita is just abusing the fact that her opponent is locked in that base. Taking that natural out will be a huge deal here. GG called. Horsemaster cannot hold this attack, and Piscolita takes game number 2. Spawning on the top right of Cactus Valley, we have the pink Protoss player down 0-2 in this best of 5 is Horsemaster. All hopes are for you to come back. Go for it. Get a cannon rush running. This is what I want to see. And we have on the other side the blue Protoss player is Piscolita. Up 0-2, 2-0 in this best of 5, playing for that last win, and Horsemaster scouting after the pylon as per usual from these previous games. Pylon forward, will we see a forge? Give me a forge, give me a forge, come on. Oh, gateway, gateway. Checking out if the wall is well done, and yeah, obviously you have a path there, but you can actually scroll around. That's actually pretty nice. Like, oh, look at the path that the adepts could have. Oh, yes! There we go. So now get that second probe running. I love that. I promise I didn't watch the replay beforehand. I promise you. I promise you. One gas running. I'm not sure right now because, well, look at this. This is gonna be a late timing. Horsemaster is probably attempting to cannon rush, but maybe she could have pulled that second probe. Well, if you are looking for cannon rush courses, I could always help you, you know. With the sweet tag as well here. Cybernetics course researched, and we have the first alert up as well. So, well, it's all about how that cannon rush could work. So now, if I were you, I would be ballsy, plant 2 pylons there in a square, and have like, I would plant one there, so you have 1 square in the middle, and yeah. Just go for it, you know. First Stalker incoming though, so it's not gonna be possible to cannon rush. Though 1 cannon in the main instead, so yeah. Let's get the wall upcoming. I'm not sure what's happening right now. The probe is stopped, sees the forge and the cannon, so she's like, oh, maybe I'm actually getting cannon rushed. So yeah, look at this. Instant reaction from Piscolita. Look at the base. In the main base, if there's anything up and running, but no, there's no cannons there, there's nothing to be reckoned with, and Horsemaster is just being forgetting the probe in the base of Piscolita, and now we have Horsemaster just getting the warp gate, supply blocked, and trying to get the Stalker, and the pylon is gonna come soon. Stargate is called by Piscolita. This is a really good reaction. You see a forge, and you know there's not gonna be a lot of units with gas, because the gas is gonna be taken a little bit later if you go for a forge. So, in order to prevent that, you're not gonna, how to say, you know that your opponent is gonna have the Mothership Core and 2 Stalkers. It's either one or the other. And if it's double Stalker, it's obviously gonna be a 1 base push. So this is one way to make sure of it. Go Stargate and get an Oracle and try and attack. This is exactly what you want to do here. We have 1 gate though, with the Wargate and everything. So yeah, double gas been taken out. Since it wasn't really a cannon rush, the gas of the Horsemaster's gas has been mined out a little bit more, so basically there's enough gas to go for the Mothership Core and the Stalker. So this one is gonna meet maybe pylons, but there's none in this location, so basically the Oracle is gonna be free to hit anything in the main base, and that's probably gonna be a problem if Horsemaster doesn't get a pylon there in a couple minutes. A couple moments rather, because the Oracle is going to be there in 1 minute 30, and ooh, what a perfect wall. No, not doing that. Right, yeah, getting that Nexus. Stalkers Stalker 1 is going up front, probably trying to scout and getting that information with the Xenlaga, probably trying to poke around with this one and trigger an alert in the pylon of that natural base, while she's going to have to attack with the Oracle. So basically this is a 1-2, as we've seen in the previous games. Okay, there we go. Phoenix ongoing here after the Oracle. After the Oracle, I was right. And probably you want to poke here with the Stalker. Yeah, as I planned, Piscolita is doing so, getting Horsemaster to pull all the 2 Stalkers and the Zealot there, while in the main base, hello, I have the Slash Ball Dance. Look at this, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now it's maybe too late because 10 probes taken out already in this stage of the game. This is quite a lot, and if you can't get more, well, 18 probes left against 35 for Piscolita. This is a huge lead that she has already with the Robo pumped out already. 3 Stalkers more, 4 in total with this one coming back, and this Oracle could always deal some damage afterwards because there's no pylons left still. Okay, Piscolita may be coming back. She's gonna probably meet these 2 Stalkers, but it is not much of a threat when you're an Oracle. You can just take 3 or 4 probes and go back home as a prince. So maybe she still wants to trigger another attack in the front with these Stalkers and do this job again, but no. She's going up again with these Stalkers. Take that probe out? No, yes she does. Taking some more free DPS here. Maybe pulling it out so that she has a little bit of things to worry about, but you know, Piscolita is so ahead right now. She has so many probes and she has such a tech structure right now that she's gonna have everything that she needs to deal an insane amount of damage to a Horsemaster in the mid-game stage. We have Horsemaster with the Pylon in the main natural base, rather, with 1 Stalker and 3 Stalkers waiting there, but she should still have it in the mineral of the main base as well, because it could always be practical to have that Mothership Core patrolling over there and react whenever the time is right. So yeah, the Oracle's there, 3 Phoenixes are there, probably trying to deny that Mothership Core once it goes out. Observer on the way, probably gonna scout. This Stalker is gonna meet this Observer as well and probably gonna die with it. So Immortals pumped out, probably Prism after that. Twilight cancel for Housemaster though. 4 Stalkers in the main base, and I think you should probably put them there instead because you know that the Oracle's gonna come that way. 1 Phoenix to support it up, 2 probes, 3, 4 there, and this is how you come back. 17 kills for that Oracle, man. 17 kills. This is a lot of kills for an Oracle. Oracle. 4 Phoenixes there. I wonder how Housemaster can come back from that situation. There's so many probes that's been taken down. So many tech buildings as well researched. There's only 2 gates that I think, yeah. I think she's not gonna have enough units when the time will come for Piscolita to push forward. Right now she doesn't have enough structures to keep up with the supply count of Piscolita in terms of army, and since Piscolita has been never harassed at all, and well, the Housemaster has always been defending. Like, look at this, she doesn't know about this, so she's not been in that base. So yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty tough for Housemaster. Maybe she can hold this up, but we see the stasis wall here. Maybe she's gonna try to take a pull and take these Stalkers out of the DPS equation. That will be this fight that is coming afterwards, but I don't believe it. We'll still have way too much. All these units split in both bases. It's not gonna work because there's gonna be Phoenixes lifting all the key units and probably denying the Mothership Core from casting overcharges, and we're gonna have a main DPS output with the Stalkers. So we need everything that is possible to get our hands on when you're Housemaster right now in that situation. Maybe getting the reveal. Yeah, this is what you want. Getting the Archon is really key here, and this is what you want right now. Getting the Immortals out are in the back maybe. She's trying to really pull the Archon up with this stays at wall, but yeah. Taking it out, not suffering any damage through anything else than the shield. This is really well done by Piscolita, really well executed here. Taking the 3rd base at the same time, and look at this, the Forge is kind of boosting stuff up. We've had a +1 upgrade and in attack and defense on Housemaster's side, but we have the +1 attack which evens it out for Piscolita here. Zealot warped in. More stuff to come forward here, and look at this, the warp in with the prism, and didn't see that coming. Shading in the back, or not even, I don't need to shade here. Just a move probably, yeah, there we go. Prism coming back there, and now it's all about how you hold up that push. Key units lifted off, and this is what we do. Just push forward, you don't really care if you lose your units or not, and look at this. 16 probes taken down in that meantime when she was fighting in front. This is what she wanted to do. Basically, Piscolita wanted the units to focus in front while all the adults in the back were doing the job. And this is a great time to attack in the front as well, because all the units are now in the main base. And all these Stalkers, Immortal Force, are gonna take down this Nexus with all the rest of the probes that Horsemaster has. And this will probably sign the 3-0 for Piscolita here. Yeah, taking all of the units. Yeah, GG called. Piscolita takes it 3 games to none.